Yo guys, what's good? We are back again for trading analysis for the week. And let me just say, this week's kind of been break even. Not gonna lie. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, throughout the whole week, it's mostly been break even. So I just want to revise upon them so we know where to actually get some profits from, because this week we could have been profitable if we had a bit more knowledge. If we only knew just a little bit more, we could have been more profitable. But this week's been pretty good. Even though the outcomes happened this week, it was a pretty good week because I could have made money. It's just that I didn't do those extra steps, or I didn't know that extra little bit, which could have given me profits. So let's just get into this video. I hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the video. So this whole week we only used GU because GU presented us with really good opportunities. And let me just say, this one was kind of annoying because of what happened and what I could have been in and what I needed to improve on. So right now we can clearly see, I don't even have to go to the 30-minute time frame. You can clearly see right here is the phase 1, phase 2, and I've realized on Mondays it actually works pretty well on Mondays. So, I decided to take a buy here just because price grabbed liquidity here. Were there any other reasons? Yeah, price just grabbed liquidity, and it was also the perfect timing. Right, so when it was 6 o'clock, price was already pushing up from grabbing liquidity. It just had a perfect ring and time to it, so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to buy. So as soon as I buyed on Monday, you can clearly see price consolidated here. I did bring my stop loss to break even because if we go from up here down here, you can clearly see price reach the area where I would move my stop loss to break even. So that's really what happened. Possibly if I had an earlier entry, that wouldn't have changed anything, to be honest. But yeah, price consolidated, came back down, and this was a bit earlier to New York session. Price decided to grab liquidity once again and pushed up from it. Could I have done anything in this situation to get me more profits from the markets? Probably not. The reason why is because where would I take a buy, and that's a valid reason for me to buy? Let me take that back. Because right here, once price did the liquidity grab, pushed up with some momentum and came back down, I could have literally, on the Fibonacci retracement from that push up, I could have came in at the 61 to 78% area, which is a good area to take from. So that's why I probably measured this out, and I already revised it previous to the recording. And this is where I could have had a really good entry. But I just decided to wait and see what would happen, to see if it was going to be valid or not. And the reason also on top of this why I think price was going to actually go up is because price has been going down for like the past, was it 2 weeks? And it's just been grabbing all of this liquidity. So I was definitely expecting price to come back up to try and grab some more liquidity, and you can clearly see throughout the week price is doing exactly that, or it's just presenting me with my bias. So this today on Monday, what I could have improved on is really just to take the buy at New York Open, where price came down to the 78% retracement and rejected the area with a push up. Could have gotten in here for another buy, and I would have been in this trade the whole time. So yeah, I really could have re-entered here, but I just decided not to because I wanted to see what would happen. So this is one. We could also say that if I was to re-enter again, it would have been closer to the monthly open price as well, which would give me another confluence of the monthly open price. All right, let me finish this off. With the flip side, price could have just been rejecting this area to continue pushing down. Obviously it's Monday, so it doesn't really, Monday's a new week, new day, meaning it's different. And that's why I thought price could have also reversed, just because it doesn't always continue from last week. So since we've caught up on Monday, where we could have just gone for a re-entry at New York timing, that's probably a lesson to learn right there. So let's go to Tuesday, which was my next one on GU. You can clearly see on GU here, they're the exact same thing, guys. Exact same thing, a little bit of a different setup, but the exact same thing. So we can clearly see here, price phase 1 right here, phase 2. We took a buy right here. It was looking kind of nice and sweet. Really good buy. And we can clearly see that price decided to push up with some good momentum. Obviously, when it came into news time, you can see the timing was pretty well, because during the time when news was about to happen, it also grabbed liquidity on a monthly open price. So we can learn this week was all about timing. Okay, because if I was to take a buy here, I would have been in this trade, and if I was to hold to the very end right here, probably not. Honestly, I probably would have held through all this, and I probably would have taken out somewhere here, just because of the time. It was like 12:38, 12:35. I wouldn't have been awake at that time. And yeah, to be honest, it's all about timing. same lesson for today is if I was to take another re-entry, because this was a good area. I was just waiting for price to grab a bit more liquidity, but I'm pretty sure on Tuesday this was when news happened. That's why I had this huge spike up, and that's why I needed to take note that news affects when price moves, right? Because if there's no news, that means price moves a bit less reactive and it goes to better opportunities, or it goes to the last opportunity. One of the two, which I've seen. On Wednesday, we can clearly see nothing happen on Wednesday because it was bank holiday. Thursday, we took a buy here. We took 3 buys here, and guess what happened, guys? Guess what happened on the 3rd buy? We broke even. So everything broke even. That was just a 4th trade just for me to forward test to see what would have happened. And here, there was news happening right here. So I took a buy here. It was in a good area. Liquidity, monthly open price, double monthly open price actually. And the time was a bit off, but everything else was nice. Took a buy here. Wanted to at least make it to daily open or higher, because I thought price was going to do the exact same thing it did 2 days ago and on Monday. Instead, what price did is news actually reacted earlier before, touched my break even area, and I got out for a little bit of a loss, the smallest loss possible. And then news happened the next candle and it just drilled through my stop loss if I was to still be in the trade. So when this happened, obviously I decided to take another buy here. So I took another buy here, and for some reason I had a late buy. So from this, I actually brought my stop loss to break even just because of this push down here. I was expecting price just to hit the break even area and then move it to break even, and as soon as I did, price came back down, and I was like, you know what, let me just look for a better area if I was to take another buy. And that's when I put in this Fibonacci retracement. So this Fibonacci retracement here was just the push up from how price pushed down very fast from the news, and then how it came back up with a lot of momentum, a bit of momentum, congested, and then came back down to the 78% area, and that's why I took my 3rd trade. My 3rd trade was a little bit late because on the 2nd candle for me to actually enter in, I was being more cautious, 1, and 2, price moved so fast, I didn't necessarily have time to react to take a good area buy, if that makes sense. So from this, price had a huge move up once again, touched the break even area, so I moved my stop loss to break even, and you can clearly see price came back down, turned into a red wick, and hit my break even stop loss. So for this, that would have been 3 trades for me, and all of these were, you could say it was kind of scary. The 2nd and 3rd were kind of scary just because, you know, price just looked like it wanted to push up, but it didn't really. But it gave me the opportunity to risk nothing. So that's why I'm really happy about Thursday. I lost nothing even though I traded 3 times. And you can just see that today it was a good thing I ended it because it was looking nice, but price just didn't want to do what I wanted it to do. And yeah, these were really good areas I took buys from. It just didn't want me to do what I would like it to do. So yeah, that's really Thursday. And yeah, let's check out Friday. And Friday, which is today right now, this is how it's looking. I have not taken a trade, but you know, I kind of revised over it, and I was planning on taking the sell right here. It does not necessarily go with the phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, but this is what I thought. Obviously, throughout the whole week, I was thinking price was going to just go buys and keep going up to grab more liquidity. It turns out price just decided to respect the 50% on the higher time frame and started pushing down. So for Friday, I just expected price just to drill down. This is a forward test right here where I could have made a better area to take a sell, and I would have been in this trade, but I was actually waiting for price to grab this liquidity right here, this 5-minute liquidity. And it turns out that price just respected the daily open here. And what I can learn from this right now is that if price lines up with what your bias or what your plan is to take a sell, is just to go with it, because here price rejected the daily open once, came back down, rejected it twice. This was my 2nd time to get another entry in for the sell, and then came back for a 3rd time. And if we measured this 50%, not 50%, with a Fibonacci, you can clearly see price respected the 78.8% retracement right here on the daily open for price to continue pushing down. And it's a Friday, so I don't expect price to come back up, but if it does, I may possibly take a sell. But this is really what's happened for the whole week. It's been a whole break-even week, just because, yeah, it's really been it. Like, it could have been definitely a huge profitable week. It's just that I just didn't know enough. And now that I know what I know now is to go off what price gives you, not necessarily what you want. because if I was to go off what price gave me, here was definitely a valid area for me to take a sell as it respected the 50% retracement. And on top of that, it was at the daily open, and then it did that again for the 78.8% retracement again for price to continue going down. So I would have been in this trade, and I'm expecting prices to continue drilling unless news at 11, I think, or 10:30 does something otherwise. But I do expect price to continue pushing down. So I'm probably just going to leave it for today, guys. This is live, but this is just what I'm checking out and what I'm thinking. This would have been at break even already, so this would have been a free trade. And yeah, guys, this is just something to learn, some new things to learn. I don't expect price to go up. Like, of course, price can just respect where it is right now and push up from here, but I'm definitely having a sell bias on Friday, even though throughout the whole week it was buy bias. But just from what price has been doing, I do expect price to continue going down. For the time being, I did miss out on my sell, on my trade to actually get in for a sell, so it's unfortunate, and that's what I'm going to call for the day, as it was just a break-even week. Just a break-even week. And it could have definitely been a profitable week, but I just need to know more. So if you guys like this video, hit that like and subscribe, and I'm always going to try to get better every single week. So we're going to come back to the markets next week. I'm very annoyed how price is drilling down too. And yeah, I hope you guys like this and subscribe. Like I said again, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll catch you guys for tomorrow.